Oh, Veg, you're awesome. What's going on, everybody? This is the Six Gaming Podcast, episode number 7. Filling in for your host, as always, it seems like anyway. I'm Ron Klee, and today I've got two of our best hosts on.
Yay.
Oh, wait, that's Veg. Never mind. Say hi, Veg.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Why are you speaking in Spanish?
Because he knows 6th grade Spanish.
Well, that's okay, because he also knows 6th grade English.
Yeah, that's 4th grade. Yeah,
It's
right.
true.
And also we have our Gold Goblin.
Hey, what's up? It's Beth.
And this week, we may have Show with us a little later. Unfortunately, he had something come up last minute, so he might end up joining us. We'll see. But we have lots of stuff this week, tons of news, lots of games. We're going to have a good time. So let's start, as we always do.
Good news, everyone!
Yes, that's with our news. And up first, well, we keep saying that the Nintendo console only exists for like 3 things: Smash Brothers, Mario, and Zelda. And unfortunately for the Wii U, Zelda ain't coming this year.
Nope.
So the dev team has discovered, quote, new possibilities. What the heck does that even mean?
Well, I mean, it could be one of those things where they've noticed that they can do some special shading thing, or because as the life of a console goes on, the graphics improve. So they could have figured out some way to make the graphics better, but doing so requires a big code rewrite or something.
You know what else could have happened?
Well, they could have scrapped the game again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. They could have just maybe they decided they didn't like their story and they scrapped it all, but who knows?
Right.
They did that with a couple Star Fox games. I'm dead serious. They were literally 90% done with one, and then they're like, no, we don't like it, we're done. Scrap it.
Blizzard's done that.
Well,
Yeah.
the original test images from the GameCube Zelda were what looks more like Twilight Princess, but they ended up coming out with Wind Waker, which is good in its own right, although when Wind Waker came out, everyone was like, what's this cartoon piece of crap? It was a good game, but it wasn't the kind of more mature Zelda that everyone was looking for.
Yeah, it was
So-
kind of cartoony, and it was fun to play, don't get me wrong. It was just, they kept saying that we're going to make more of an adult-themed Zelda game, not like Cole's theme
adult-themed?
rating. No.
I bet
Bad
that
Ron.
exists.
Penalty
I bet that
box,
exists.
5 minutes.
I'm not going
Damn
to
it.
look, but I'm sure that
Rule
exists.
34.
37?
No, I
34.
mean like feature length.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Oh, God. Stop it.
Length.
Yeah, it's called Rule 34. If it exists, there's
34?
porn of it.
What is it? Is
You-
it 34 or 37?
34.
34.
37 is the clerk's number.
Rule, yeah. In a row?
Yes, in a row.
Rule 35 is that if Rule 34 is found to be untrue, it will immediately be rectified.
Yes, pretty much. So instead of committing to make the game this year, they're now committing to make the most complete and ultimate Zelda game. So Nintendo fans, be patient.
Sure.
They will come. So we also have a brand new launch game of Pillars of Eternity. Tell us a little about this game. Dan, I think you put that up there?
Yeah. So Pillars of Eternity was part of, I think it was called Project Eternity when they first started it. It was a Kickstarter from Obsidian, and it was a whole bunch of really well-known RPG producers and writers and everything like that. And it was billed, and it has been kind of acknowledged to be the spiritual successor of Baldur's Gate. It is an old-school isometric RPG with the same kind of tactics and rules. It's getting very good reviews, and a lot of people kind of liked Divinity Original Sin that came out earlier this year, the end of last year, I think, which was it was like a hardcore older RPG, but your party was not quite as big, whereas this is another kind of big party, lots of loot, lots of story, lots of RPG,
Oh yeah.
and people are really liking it. So
Yep, 11 classes, 6 races. It is only a single-player game, no multiplayer support, but it sounds like it's got a pretty epic story. So check that out. That's eternity.obsidian.net is the URL for that. And speaking of Kickstarter, also an update on the. Of course, I plug this because I'm a big Descent fan. The Descent Underground Kickstarter has reached 300,000. Halfway to its goal of 600,000, and they're not even in anywhere near the final days yet. This thing doesn't end until April 10th. So yeah, that will be. I'm excited. It sounds like that this thing is probably going to get funded if general Kickstarter trends persist with it. So that's on Kickstarter. They're actually going to be featured starting tomorrow on the front page. So that should give them a good bump as well. And again, these are the guys that Eric Peterson, Wingman, he did Wing Commander 4, among other games. He was part of Star Citizen. He's got all kinds of experience on his team, and it's going to be awesome to see what they can do with this game. They're very committed to making it play like the original Descent 1 and Descent 2, but they're bringing it into a modern I liken the model to League of Legends, where they're going to have a bunch of ships. There's going to be a bunch of game modes. It's going to be matchmaking, stuff like that. It's going to be great. So I'm really looking forward to it. So that's Descent Underground. So moving on to Blizzard news here. They announced details of the WoW token. It's going to be $20. I'm kind of disappointed that it's not 15.
no, because it makes sense though.
It does,
I mean,
but it doesn't.
No, like to me, because if they just sold gold, if you could just go on the website and buy gold, that's worth a certain amount of money, right? I mean, whatever they set that at, that could be they could say, well, we sell gold in increments of $10, and for $10 you get X amount of gold. Well, what they're doing is they're making it so it can be time for gold. So
they're doing the EVE Online.
Right, but the thing is, you get the time that is a set price, that's a known price, and you have the ability to sell it for gold. So for that extra option, you're paying a premium on top of if you had just bought, because if you just bought the time as time, you can't sell it for gold, and therefore it's a lower price.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping it would be closer to the 15. Not that I'm going to be using it myself, because I'm not in desperate need of gold. I'm getting enough out of raiding. It's kind of funny. Raiding in the garrison gives me what I need. So it's not like I'm going to be taking advantage of this, but I know a lot of people that probably will. So WoW token, $20. It should be activated sometime soon. They haven't given a date.
They said it would probably be within the next week or two. They're going to add it. All the
patch to include it has been rolled
out. Did they
announce?
Is there going to be a minimum gold set price for this, or like a set gold price, or is it as much as you possibly can set it for?
You can't set it. They set it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is there a set gold price?
They will come in and they will set the price on the very first tokens, and then after that is set, then the market takes over. Now.
Well, you say the market takes over, but Blizzard controls that market. They decide if you get more gold or less gold.
They decide, but they've kind of said that they're not. They've insinuated that they're not going to control the market. So the only thing that they do is they guarantee, like if, say the price at when you go into the market or whatever, it says it's 25,000 gold. When you put up your token for sale, when it tells you 25,000 gold, you are guaranteed 25,000 gold. Even if demand drops and the price goes down or up, you get that 25,000 gold. So you can lose out on gold, or you can get gold that you might not have got when that token actually sold.
Right.
But the downside of that is that because it's controlled like that, it's possible that, like, they'll tell you the price is one thing, but it won't really be that thing. Like they can artificially change the price if they choose to.
Right.
That sounds a little. That sounds a little weird.
I mean,
It could be
makes
sketch, but I don't
sense
think
the way
they're
that
going
doing
to.
it. It makes sense the way they're doing it, but it's not going to be obvious how the price is being set. That's
Right.
all in some algorithm on Blizzard servers. That's not something a player can control. All you'll know is how much you'll get if you decide to sell a WoW token. That's it. So, Anyway, moving along here, I'm kind of disappointed at this because this isn't letting me set the particular shirt I wanted to set to. But Blizzard is having a gear sale up through the end of, I believe,
The
Wednesday?
month.
So through the
Wait,
end of the month.
what kind of gear sale?
Like for example, the Tracer, she has a T-shirt, and it's 15% off right now, $20 instead of $24. So, yeah, that's gear.blizzard.com. Whole bunch of different things in sale. Lots of shirts, lots of hoodies, stuff like that. They have like the StarCrafts cartoons stuff that they do. That stuff's on here on sale. So it's kind of neat.
Well, like Carbot or?
Yeah, Carbot.
Oh, okay.
So, but I mean, they have like the original T-shirts they put out for Overwatch. Those are out there. A bunch of World of Warcraft, StarCraft, the whole franchise has got a shirt out here. There's even a Mephisto T-shirt in here.
Huh.
And why does it say it's a Diablo 3 T-shirt? Mephisto wasn't in Diablo 3. That's kind of weird.
Maybe because they don't have a Diablo 2.
Yeah. But just tabbing through here, there's a lot of neat stuff in here. They got hats and all kinds of things. So definitely check that out. And if you need any of these links, of course, we're updating our Facebook page as we go on facebook.com/6gaminggg. Just click on the link for episode 7, and you'll see all the posts down there. Even more Blizzard news. They've announced a release date for Blackrock Mountain. That will be April 2nd.
That's for Hearthstone, right? No. Whoopee.
Hearthstone.
Oh, geez.
Your mama's stone.
Every time.
I found some pretty interesting news.
What's that?
So apparently, for 3 of the swatting incidents are attributed to a teenager playing a teenage Minecraft player. So apparently, a kid who was 13 years old was swatting people.
That's
but they're
awesome.
Well, the funnier thing is they're just attributing to they're literally saying a boy who plays Minecraft, a 13-year-old boy who plays Minecraft. It's like, why don't we just get rid of the Minecraft aspect of it and say that he was swatting people to be a douchebag?
Yeah.
Let's not add in Minecraft to make that look like that was the source of the evil.
Especially
Well, that's
because
what
it's
Meme
one
does.
of the better gaming communities out there.
Yeah, they're usually very helpful and very nice. It's just ridiculous. Apparently, he found a whole bunch of Twitch streamers that played Minecraft that he didn't like, and then he swatted them.
And didn't someone get hurt, someone get a child hurt recently because of this?
Yeah, the flashbang went off into the baby crib.
Oh,
I don't think that had to do with swatting, though. I think that was a SWAT team that was like, they suspected someone in the house of having drugs. Like, I don't think that was related to gaming. But there was a time when a SWAT team came in and hurt a baby.
Okay, so I might be thinking of something else then. But yeah, don't do that. Don't be dumb.
No, that's not dumb. You're just being an asshole.
Yes, you're being a dumb one at that. So, speaking of Hearthstone, you know how players will always go in and they'll try to do something to break the game.
Of course.
Well, in Hearthstone, when you take a turn, you're supposed to get 90 seconds to complete your turn. But what happened here is that someone learned that if there's an animation going on, and there's a bunch of animations queued, it will complete those animations before the turn is officially over. So someone attempted, and I believe they succeeded to make and this is an actual Guinness World Record for the longest turn of Hearthstone, and they made it work for over 40 hours.
What?
And
40
apparently their
hours.
opponent stayed online. They must have been a set.
Yeah, they set it up, of course, but basically what happened is that they managed to, the normal arcane missiles card. It's one of Jaina's cards.
Right.
Jaina, wow, crossover there. One of Jaina's cards where it will randomly attack a few enemies. Well, apparently there's a way to increase the number of arcane missiles, and they managed to get that number up to 240,000 arcane missiles. At 67 hundredths of a second, that takes more than 44 hours to complete. So,
What?
yeah, they put it up on Twitch, and yeah, that's just crazy. It's just 44
Holy
hours of
shit.
arcane missiles.
Did they get banned for this, or was this just...
I don't see how you'd get banned for it.
I just find this hilarious.
It is hilarious. It's funny as hell. So, yeah, 240,000 arcane missiles.
I mean, technically, no one's benefiting from that, so
No
I
one's
mean,
benefiting from it.
Yeah,
But
other
you
than
figure the game's got to
hilarious.
keep going.
Oh.
It depends on how the netcode works, because if the arcane missiles if that's just a client side thing that it's displaying that, then the game's going to time out on the server. So I'm interested to see how that ended. I'll have to check that out. But
It looks like what happened was he put out Prophet Velen, and then he buffed him with Velen's Chosen, and then he
so he's
copied.
himself. That's kind of funny.
So hold on, let me see what that does. So it gives them extra spell damage. Then he put out a bunch of Faceless Manipulators, which copy a creature already out there. Then he ice blocked his opponent to stop his opponent from dying. And then he ran the...
the ice block. Oh, I forgot about that.
yeah, that's how he stopped
what
the
made him
opponent
die.
from dying.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise it would have done all the damage.
That's a secret on Jaina, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what he did.
Awesome. And then they have a picture of the card that shows how many arcane missiles will go out. It's pretty insane. So, yeah.
I would have loved to have been in that game, or just at least watch it, just randomly go into it and like, wait, does that say 240,000 arcane missiles? What?
It does. All right. Moving on to Diablo 3 really quick. Of course, this is a anniversary of the Reaper of Souls release. And, of course, as usual, they're putting out their 100% golden XP bonus. That runs through the end of tomorrow. So take advantage of that while you can. Season 2 is about to end.
That was quick.
What was? Yeah, I know, right? Oh, yeah, that was on the news last week. You missed that, yeah.
Oh, it wasn't my fault. My phone was being stupid.
I want to say April 5th? Is that
Hey,
right?
that's Easter Sunday.
Yeah. So, yeah, get your XP and gold in while you can. And, yeah, that pretty much does it for Blizzard news. I guess we need to...
He's playing against himself.
Oh, well. he probably got two
I'm
accounts.
looking at the stream. He's running back and forth across the room.
2 accounts. Yeah, that's fine.
That's
Nothing wrong with
stupid.
that. So I think we need to go ahead and, even though the season's not officially done yet, I'm going to call it. We're going to crown Sweet Tooth as the 2015 Spring Split Fantasy LCS champion.
Yeah.
And it just goes off camera. You saw what I did, right, Veg? You're not winning.
No.
You're not winning. I made sure you're not winning
Yeah, you're a prick.
because
You're a
Sweet Tooth's beaten you twice out of 3 times. So if you guys tie in the standings, he wins because he got you on head-to-head. So I kind of made sure he won.
Yeah, you're a douchebag.
I started all coast.
Yeah, I noticed that. You're a freaking douchebag.
Can't have you winning twice. I figure if I can't win, someone else named Ron needs to win.
Yeah, no. I hate you. That's such horseshit. Yeah, you laugh now. I'm gonna make you suffer the next season.
Yeah, so Veg beat me last week. It wasn't even close. Veg.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I didn't start Coast last week. I was still trying last week, but then Kabashard kind of sucked, and then CLG kind of sucked, and then
I still
TSM
hate
kind
you.
of sucked, and then that was it. So
Yeah, I still
um,
hate you.
I know you do. It's
Freaking
all right. But
douchebag.
speaking of TSM is officially also the 2015 Spring Split champions after winning today. CLG can't beat them because even though they're back only one game, TSM beat them head-to-head twice. So, yeah, that's it. TSM is going to win the spring split. As for everyone else, the only thing we know is that Coast is out, and Dignitas and Winter Fox will be competing in the promotional tournament, I think it's called, whatever that tournament's called, for the Challenger Series. So they're going to relegation. But we still don't know who 2 through 7 is. Cloud9 could conceivably get second, but CLG's got a game, so if CLG wins tomorrow, they'll clinch second. And then, of course, last game of the day tomorrow will be TSM and Cloud9. That's going to be fun, because that game's. I imagine at that point that game's going to be meaningless
Yeah.
because Impact.
They need to
lost
throw a
today.
team. They need
I
a.
did it. I freaking pulled a Kobe. I called them Team Impact. It's
Them
Team Impulse. Their top laner is Impact. Kobe does that like all the time. So yeah, they lost today. Dignitas actually beat them. So they, if they lose again tomorrow, then it doesn't matter what Cloud9 does. So if I'm expecting a full roll game if that happens tomorrow.
I want to see Teemo.
I want to see Teemo too. Wait, wasn't there a Teemo today?
I have no idea.
I'll have to check. There might have been. There was a couple crazy picks. I didn't see all the games, but I saw a couple of them.
I was at work.
Cloud9 had a scary game against I want to say Gravity, but they ended up just completely rolling over them in the mid game, and that was it. So EU LCS, meanwhile, we've got the full stats over there since they finished up on Friday. SK Gaming and Fnatic will get the first round buys. H2K, Gambit, and Unicorns 11 Copenhagen Wolves will round out the tournament. Elements will remain in the EU LCS, which I think is a crying shame the way they played this year.
Yeah.
That's sad. But the two go into relegation. The tournament is Roccat and Giants Gaming, and Giants had to win a 19th game over Meet Your Makers because they were tied for last. And they had to play a bonus game on Friday, and Meet Your Makers lost that one. So Meet Your Makers is gone. They'll be kicked out for the summer split. So that does it for League of Legends. We got anything else for news, guys?
Nope.
People are making. No. What was it? Oh yeah, Dota 2's international tickets sold out in less than 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Where is that this year?
Let me look.
Let's see.
Something's
Trying to find it here. 10,000 tickets sold in 4 minutes.
Arena in Seattle.
Yeah, it says 4 minutes. It
Jeez.
sell out. That's crazy. August
Well,
3rd.
don't Blizzard tickets sell out that fast too?
BlizzCon sells out a little faster. They can sell out in seconds.
Yeah, yeah. I always remember you going. I need to do this. I need to do it now. I need to do it now. And I know when you don't get it, you're like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, we'll be doing that again this year because those BlizzCon tickets will be sometime mid-April. I have to put that on my calendar so I don't forget. So yeah, that does it for our news. So let's go on. Let's find out what have we been playing this week. Veg, you got some interesting things going on.
Yes, I've been playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Oh, we saw you doing that on the pre-show.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Pre-show.
It is a lot of fun. Yeah.
So what is this game? What exactly are you doing it?
Well, of course, it's a fighting game. If it wasn't, if you didn't think of Dragon Ball as not a fighting game or any type of fighting game, then you're an idiot. Anyway, so what this is...
It's just called half of you guys out there an idiot.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, don't apologize for them. If you know Dragon Ball, you know it's a fighting thing. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. The main story of it is basically the time of the Dragon Ball universe gets corrupted and messed up, and you get summoned by Trunks, who's one of the characters in Dragon Ball, to save it and fix time itself. So that's how you get That's how you get introduced into the game. You yourself are your own character. But the cool thing is like parallel quests that basically are like side missions that you can unlock abilities and cool stuff like that. But you can play as other characters. You can play as many characters as you, or any character pretty much inside the Dragon Ball universe.
Very nice.
Which is pretty cool. You can also do PvP, which is very frustrating. Yeah, I almost went show today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was half tempted to toss my controller. Yeah, no, I was like half a second from tossing my controller and realized, oh hey, this is $60. I'm not going to do that.
Show wouldn't think twice. That controller would be against the wall.
Buy his new controller. I can't. That's
Ron,
the
do you
difference.
remember, wasn't there like a forums post on IKEA about like Jarek or Xenomorph or something throwing his computer out the window or shooting it with a shotgun because he was so angry?
Yes, I remember that. I remember someone threw their computer out their window.
Because they lost like a duel in the arena or during landmarking or something.
Yeah, and they got so mad they just chucked their computer out. Text-based RPG, ladies and gentlemen. People are throwing computers out their window over this shit.
Wow.
But yeah, Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse, that's on a wide variety of platforms, PC, PlayStation 3.
It's on everything you can think of, except for Wii U. But it's a lot of fun. If you, my thing is, yeah. My thing is, and people don't understand, or some people don't understand, is why do you like fighting games? I don't. I like Dragon Ball. That's the reason why I bought it. I love Dragon Ball. That's why my name is Veg. It's from Dragon Ball, from Vegito.
Yep.
When Goku and Vegeta fused together and made Vegito, that's where my name comes from. So that given, oh hey, guy who likes Dragon Ball is going to get a Dragon Ball.
You look
figure.
like two people fused together.
You look like a jackass.
Your name makes so much sense now. It's.
Yeah, I'm fusing these together to make a bigger one.
Fusing together here.
Yeah, but his hair's not blonde, so you have to have blonde hair if you're fused.
But my thing is, if you like Dragon Ball and you do like fighting games, it's definitely worth buying. It's a lot of fun. I haven't stopped playing it for like a week now. And then, funny enough, I got my wife to start watching Dragon Ball Z with me again. So, hey, whatever works.
All right, very cool. Anything else?
I've also been playing Critica again, which they just released a new character. His name is like the Demon Blade or something like that. It's pretty awesome. It kind of annoys me though because he looks like the very first character that they ever made, which was the Berserker, but now with a samurai sword.
Game are you playing? I know there's a bunch.
Critica is the one made by Gameville.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's still like hack and slash.
Yeah, hacky slash.
Chaos Unleashed, I think it's called, or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well now it's like the White Knights or something like that, or the Knights Unleashed.
Oh, the White Knights, yeah.
Yeah, they do.
That's the Gameville one. That's right. Okay, I remember now.
That's when I started playing to get crystals in a different game.
Yeah. Spirit Stones.
Yeah, I think I actually finally deleted that because I barely played it.
I haven't deleted it, but
I stopped playing it because the way that they changed the format for getting stuff now kind of annoys me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't annoyed by it. I just didn't have the time to complete it. I used to play at lunch, and then I found other games to play at lunch, and it's like whatever. So I don't play it very often anymore. But anyway,
I annoy coworkers at lunch. So.
Well.
You annoy coworkers all day, Veg.
All day.
Well, that's true, but I mean, I do it at lunch because I watch LCS on there. I'm like, what are you watching? Why are there people cheering? Is that a video game? Yeah, it's a video game.
Get over it.
Yeah,
all right,
why
Dan.
are people watching it?
Dan, what are you annoying people with this week?
Diablo 3. With finally got the X pack.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was on sale, so I got the X pack.
You gave in.
I finally gave in.
You gave in.
So
how you doing? You got a 70 yet?
I got a couple 70s with the XP bonus has been nice, and I've been doing some rifts and some bounties, and it's been fun. So
did you say
I
you were
enjoyed
doing some mounties?
Rifts.
Isn't that Cole's job?
Rifts and bounties.
I'm pretty sure that was an M.
M is in Mancy.
Yeah, very much.
Mancy.
But yeah, how you liking it so far?
No, I enjoyed it. I mean, I was liking it beforehand. I've said before that like I got it when it not when it came out, but before the patch, and I was kind of not big on it. Not because I was like, oh, Diablo 2 is so much better, but just because it seemed kind of boring to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't understand that it was about the loot, not about the story. And so after Ron kind of explained how you play Diablo, conceptually, not technically, he's like, I run through the entire game in 2 hours, and it's easy and fun, and I pick up one piece of loot. And when you equate it to WoW, where you raid every week and you get a couple new pieces of loot, but you're doing the same game basically.
Hold on a second. How do you get a couple pieces of loot a week? Because I need to learn how to do this.
No, I mean like when you're at top level. I mean like when you're. Oh, like for WoW?
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, no, I'm saying when you're still gearing up, like not at your kind of top tier level, but.
Yeah. When I'm gearing up, I don't get loot for like the longest time. It's terrible.
Yeah.
This has not been a good X-Pack for tier for me.
No, I haven't actually raided a lot recently just because I've been playing Diablo when it's easier to jump in and out. And also because I didn't mention it before, I'm at 527,000 gold.
Oh, damn.
And that is also still including that magic rooster egg that's just sitting in my inventory and on the auction house. But basically,
I'll take it from you.
If I manage to sell it for a fair market price, I'll instantly be at gold cap. So
that's scary.
That would be nice. Of course, scary. So will everyone else who can just buy their gold.
Hi, whoever you were.
Wait, did someone try to come in?
No, it's my mother-in-law.
It didn't look like Lena at all.
No. Well, it's funny. It looks just like Lena, but older in the face. I was just
totally
told
expecting
that
him
it
to
looks nothing like Lena.
All right. So I've been doing World of Warcraft, and I actually have to put a shout out to the Ascension Guild For Honor. They have brought me and Nymph and Moradin and to a lesser extent Pantherian and Salitha in to raid with them the last 2 weeks now. And it's kind of funny because the days that Nymphadora and Moradin have decided to raid are also the days that For Honor raids. So we're pretty much running right with them. And so we got the train guy down. We didn't have a train wreck this week.
Choo choo.
Yeah, all right. Oh, I was doing that. I was doing slash train the whole time. It's one of the few times I wish I had a train set because I would have put one down.
Yeah, and then I would get little XT out and then kill that thing. That'd be awesome if the boss could be killed by little XT. All you hear is,
hey, stop. Obviously, she's not a fan of the train set. But yeah, it was kind of funny how we got the kill too, because we made it through like to the point where the trains just start going nuts, like it's impossible to avoid them. And I remember at the very end, there were some trains that I couldn't avoid, so I just bubbled, and I'm getting knocked around by the trains, and I see the boss, and I throw a hammer at him, and he's dead. And I look up, and the only 2 people alive are me and the tank. So definitely a messy but effective attempt. But we ended up getting them, and we ended up getting the handy boss too. So we ended up getting 6 down in there.
Sorry, did I say 527 gold? I meant 538,000.
Yeah, I don't think you said 527 gold. We would.
No, I did. I just made like 10,000 gold in the last couple of seconds.
Yeah, but you said 527 gold, not 527,000.
Oh well. Whatever. I just made 100,000 gold or 10,000.
Yeah,
gold.
man. That's what we've been doing. We've been running. I got a shield. I can now heal people to death better. It's awesome. I've also been playing still a lot of Descent, and I've joined this thing called the Descent Champions Ladder, and this is basically a ladder of people that play the game. The way a ladder works is that you play someone in a 1v1 match. Game is to 20, win by 2. And and if you beat the person above you, you take their spot on the ladder.
Wait, what
and everyone
game
else
is
gets
this?
shifted down. It's kind of like a reverse Suicide Kings, if you think about it.
Can you
So-
play anybody above you?
You can challenge anybody on the ladder above or below you. Of course, if you lose to someone below you, they get your spot. But
What if you beat someone below you? What's the
if you beat
point?
someone below you, nothing happens, and there's no
Oh.
change. You just get stats. Now, the other thing is that they have a hidden elo where it takes into account your scores against other people, and it does some number crunching, and it gives everybody a rating of bronze, silver, and gold. I am woefully bronze. And in fact, my record on this ladder is 3-10, largely because I have a lot of rust. I haven't played Descent competitively in like, God, I don't know, 10, 15 years,
You
somewhere in there.
definitely need a Thrustmaster Pro joystick.
Oh, hell no, 100% keyboard, man.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Now, I'm playing
And then
against
he wonders
people
why he
that use
loses.
mouse and keyboard and joysticks, and I'm sure there's still a couple people still using the Space Orb 360. Yeah, those are still used. They're not made anymore, but people, there's people out there that use like the Arduinos to make them work on Windows. Like there's all kinds of projects out there for it. But yeah, the one match I had.
They're just determined to whip somebody's ass.
And the one match that I had, like I said, it's game to 20, win by 2, and I had one guy down 19-16. That game ended up going 26-24. It's the second longest game on the ladder this season. They have half-year seasons, and I was kind of. It sucks that I lost the game, but the main reason I lost the game is because like around 22, I started shaking uncontrollably, and it's hard to play, especially on a keyboard when you're shaking that hard. It's almost like I was like in Ikea when I used to PvP unexpectedly, I'd start shaking and I
Oh,
couldn't
and you
type.
like you get like cold and
I don't know if it's cold. It's just complete shaking. I've had it happen to me in WoW sometimes
Yeah,
when I PvP. If I'm not expecting to PvP, that's
I
how.
think the only
that's how I
time
got
that-
it, where I was
the only
shaking.
time that when my Squire interview on Ikea and my Solani interview on Ikea, I was like that.
Your Squire interview.
Yeah.
Explain.
Or Acolyte interview or whatever, like for the Paladins.
Yeah, that wasn't a hard thing.
No, it wasn't, but it was like the first time I've ever been in like I don't know. I was nervous.
Very nice. And Veg has got up his stats over here for League of Legends. I'm not quite sure why.
I hit the wrong button,
Nice. All right.
and it
But,
won't go away.
Good job, Veg.
There we go. But yeah, that's the Descent Champions ladder. It's descentchampions.org. And then, of course, we have Ron's Bronze Plays. And Veg kind of abandoned me last week.
No, there is a reason, but I'm not gonna say.
I figured out, well, not exactly what the reason was, but you kind of told me like in the middle of one of the matches. But me and him were playing 3 games. We won the first one when I was on Jinx, and I didn't do great on Jinx. I think I was like 6-7, but the enemy ADC Graves was 0-9. So I definitely outplayed him. The only reason I was dying so much is because I didn't have a front line for me. Kali kept just jumping straight to me and killing me. But
I forget who I played that game.
what was that?
I forget who I played that game.
I think you were either Scion or Hecarim.
I think I was that was Scion.
Yeah, and I mean you were trying to be the front line. It's just Akali was completely ignoring you.
Yeah, she realized, oh hey, I'm not gonna kill him anytime soon. Let's go after this
So she
person.
just puts her little shroud down so that Veg can't target her. No one has the pink ward, and she just goes straight to Jinx, and I'd get wrecked. But I did enough damage that game that we ended up winning it. The next game I ended up playing Janna, and we ended up losing. I don't remember what happened there, but the third game was that epic game, that 54-minute game we played. I
God.
was on Morgana.
Yeah, I was on Renekton, Recton.
And it's kind of funny. I don't know if I told you about it. I think you were either no. I did tell you about it because I checked the game afterwards. After I played with Coles, and we were down in kills the entire game, even when we won. We did not have the kill lead, but we
No.
were so good with jungling and objective control and CS that we had a 10,000 gold lead at one point.
Yeah, I saw that. It was ridiculous, and they were raging. So I actually had one of them. I actually had one of them rage at me. They added me as a friend and started raging at me.
Why did you add them as a friend?
Because I
never
wanted to
had
see
people
what
as
they wanted
friends
to
with
say.
I don't want to deal with people, so I just declined that. But yeah, that was a pretty neat game. And then, what was that? What was that? Show that again. Oh, he's got a phone call. So, and then Veg had to AFK much like he is now, and I brought Coles's alt in for one game, and I figured, oh yeah, Coles is he's a platinum player now. By the way, Coles platinum 5. Congratulations. Yeah, so I brought him in on his silver Smurf, and we played a game. I'm like, oh yeah, he's platinum. He'll carry. We'll be fine. I played a Morgana game, and it didn't matter who I played because we had 2 AFKs. We were 3v5, so we 20-minute surrendered. It was terrible. The jungler didn't even come on, and then the ADC didn't start playing until about 3 minutes in, and then rage quit after I called her out on it because she told me to use your mana, use your mana. I'm sitting there at 1/5 mana, can't cast another spell. I'm like, what do you want me to use? You know? So, idiots will be idiots. So I did not win the promotional series, so I'm still stuck in Bronze 4. It's so sad. We'll get out of it, though. Still 87 LP. That's about it. So, all right. Unless you guys got anything else, that pretty much does it for gaming. Nothing else?
So,
That's just thinking.
No, what was it? I got DDoSed the other day.
Why?
Because I was playing GTA 5 Heist, and they thought it was hilarious that in the middle of one of the hardest heists, they thought it would be great to disconnect me while I was playing Twitch.
Awesome.
Yeah, the guy literally goes, "You want to see something funny?" And then he just knocks me off the internet.
Lovely.
Yeah, and then everyone in my house is like, "What just happened?" I was like, "Yeah, we got DDoSed. We're not going to have internet for like an hour."
Interesting.
Yeah.
What did you do? Did you give out your IP or something?
No, I was just playing PS4 on Twitch, or playing Twitch on PS4 with the GTA 5, and the guy literally just said, "Hey, you want to see something funny?" He somehow found my freaking IP and just banned me, or DDoSed me.
Do that unless
No, I didn't do any Skype
someone's
calls
IP
or
on a
anything.
PS4.
Yeah, there is. How do you think it connects to the internet?
Well, yeah, but that's not public information, really. They would have to do something to you would have to do something to expose that IP.
I don't know what happened, but I ended up changing passwords and everything for everything. So.
Yeah. Well, they did have Twitch did have well, I should have brought this up in news. I completely forgot about this. Twitch did have a recent security issue where I don't know if they got hacked or what happened, but
yeah, they were saying they got hacked, and that
yeah,
accounts were compromised.
So we're kind of backtracking, doing a little extra news here. Twitch got hacked. Basically, what happened is user details were confirmed to have been compromised. Basically, the information that got out was username, email address, the hashed password, which is, as long as they don't have the hashing algorithm, you're okay. They won't figure out your password. The last IP address you logged in from, first, last name, phone number, address, date of birth, all kinds of bad stuff.
Like, who puts their date of birth in the freaking Twitch?
I don't know.
To be
I think
fair,
you have to sign up though.
The average person, well, to Veg's point, the average person is born on January 1st of some year that makes them more than 18.
Yeah, pretty much. Because people
but
don't fill that in.
But I mean, in reality, like, what is a hacker going to do with that information of an arbitrary Twitch user? I mean, you could be randomly chosen to be someone go after you or whatever, but more than likely it's going to be like the top streamers that are going to get attacked with that information.
Yeah, that's not good for the top streamers. And
Yeah,
basically,
like Phantom Lord and
basically what they did is so that they can't get into your account is that they expired all the passwords and Twitch stream keys. So if you're a Twitch streamer, you're going to have to redo your password and get a new stream key for your streaming service. So and then like on Xbox, I had to re-sign in today, stuff like that. So yeah, Twitch, unfortunate for them. So anyway, Yeah, let's get right into it here. We have our 6 gaming roundtable discussion, and I think this is a really good one here. The question posed is, what is your most memorable gaming moment? And Veg, why don't you start?
Why do I get to start?
Because I chose you. It's
I'm
like
the chosen
Pikachu.
one.
You have been
Choose you.
chosen.
Yes, I did. I don't know
Waiting
what the
for
whole
it.
gave me there. I just
Waiting for it.
You're gonna get poked or stabbed or harassed.
no, I'm not.
Oh,
She just kind of wondered why I did that, and I
So
don't,
was
I
it
don't even know
Because
what
Coles
Or
is not
stab
here,
or
so
harass him.
Coles came out of the closet.
Coles. All right, Veg, go. What was the most
Um,
memorable moment for you?
Mine was when I got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas,
Mhm.
which was way back yonder in the ripe old age of 2003 or 2004, whenever the year it came out.
Mhm.
It was the very first game that I got that was M-rated like that, and it was awesome. It was just so much fun. Blood, destruction, guns, explosions, and flying, into stuff. And then
What made it particularly memorable for you?
I just had a blast. Just the music soundtrack for it alone just is very memorable for me because all I remember is just every time that Rage Against the Machine came on, I just started killing people. It made me happy. It was just awesome.
We're
And
learning a lot about Veg here.
murderation and
Note
yeah.
to self: don't play Rage Against the Machine around Veg.
No. No, it's just one of the very first games that I got to play that was mine. I had a PS2 with like a whole bunch of games that I had to share with my brothers all the time because, my dad and my mom are like, here are games, they're not yours, but you can play them. And then I finally worked my ass off during the summer to get GTA 5 San Andreas. Or not 5, just
No, it
GTA
wasn't
San
fun.
Andreas. Sorry, the new GTA is in San Andreas, so. Anyway, so it was the very first game I owned that was mine, and then I just had a blast. It was just, I basically played that more than I played WoW. Okay, I've never played anything more than WoW, but still. I still own that game. I don't have that copy anymore. I lost that in a fire. I do have it on Steam now, so I do occasionally play it once in a blue moon. It's just a lot of fun. It's also weird going back to it because it looks so blocky compared to what I'm used to playing now.
Right.
But it's one of my first memories because I remember you could pick up prostitutes and all that fun jazz, and no one told me that. Because that's what I do every Saturday night. But
Wait, Dan, I think you just called us prostitutes. Dan doesn't even know what to say. But anyway,
we get the sigh from him, but no, it's a lot of fun. I liked it, and then what also was another great memory was what people didn't know was there was a very limited co-op in San Andreas, so you could play with. So I did get to play with my brother. The sad thing was if you killed each other, it would go back to single player, and it took forever to get back to that. So we tried our best not to kill each other and just went on a rampage.
all right, sounds good. Dan, what you choose here is probably going to determine what I choose. I've got 2 very close moments.
I've got a number of them, and I had a hard. I mean, I'm the one who put this under here, but I hadn't really thought about it a whole lot, other than just having put it. I was like, oh, this would be a good idea.
We'll worry about it later.
I think playing Jedi Knight 2, or no, sorry, Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 2 Jedi Knight on the MSN Internet Gaming Zone on either 28.8 or 56K dial-up back in whatever 98 or something.
Yeah, wow.
99.
MSN Gaming Zone. I think I played a few Descent games on that.
Yeah, you could play Descent. They had like cribbage and chess and backgammon, and they had a bunch of board games.
But the whole snafu over the chess game where it was the World versus Kasparov. That was on the MSN Gaming Zone.
Was it?
Like it was basically like Twitch plays chess against Gary Kasparov.
Yeah, basically they had a bunch of panelists that were all well-known Grandmaster chess players, and they would give their recommendation along with several paragraphs of why they're recommending this move to everyone. Well, what happened one week is that one of the Grandmasters that was doing this didn't get her recommendation in on time, so they didn't include it. And it just so happened that her recommendation was the best move, and none of the others made that recommendation. So there was this huge blow up about MSN not including her thing.
Yeah.
So and they didn't realize it until like after the move was made. So it was like for like every move after that, they started protesting by making the worst move. And then they threw out all those votes of the worst move, and Kasparov ended up beating the world.
Yeah.
So that's what happened there. Anyway, go on.
But yeah, it was basically the first time I played games online, and I was like, that person that just killed me, that's a real person.
Right.
Hope he doesn't find me in real life.
So that was fun, and then quickly that became StarCraft and Total Annihilation and a bunch of those other games around that time. And the other time, which is probably related to one of the things you had said, is just finding Achaea and first playing Achaea and just becoming an admin in Achaea, just like kind of years of good times with that.
All right. So I'm actually going to bring up two moments here. Both of them probably are equally as memorable for me. And the first one, and to give a little bit of background here, back when I was playing Descent 3, there was something called the Descent 3 Teams League, which was basically all the clans that were out there would join this league, and it wasn't really a ladder per se, but we did have a way to rank all the teams. So we'd do that, and then at some point, I remember that the person who was running it was going to stop running it, and I was like, well, why stop running it? Just let me handle it. And we had talked about it, and I had the technical means to do it, so I hosted the D3TL. And then I did some pretty cool things with it. I turned it into a full-fledged website, whereas before you'd have to manually update a Flash file. That was fun, let me tell you. And we started adding features to it, and then at one point I'm like, you know what? Let's do a season tournament thing. The closest thing I can liken this to is the LCS, where we had all these teams. We had a schedule of 16 games. They'd either be in Team Anarchy, which is just basically team deathmatch, or a capture the flag game. And it was supposed to be a Team Anarchy and capture the flag tournament. It was called D3TL Tournament T. And at the time, I was on one of the teams that was in it as well. And we had a capture the flag game against, I can't remember the team's name. I remember their tag was SW. I don't remember. We were playing a capture the flag in a map called Halcyon. Halcyon is, bar none, the most popular CTF map of all time in Descent, in Descent 3. And people played the heck out of that. And they had one guy on their team that was just so far above any of our players that it was scary. And they jumped out within the first 20 minutes to a 16-3 lead. With 1 point is for capturing the flag. You'd have to go to the other end, capture the flag, bring it back to your flag, and score. Basically exactly like Warsong Gulch. If you played Warsong Gulch, you've played CTF and Descent. It's the same thing. And we were pretty demoralized at the time because we were getting our asses handed to us. 16-3 is not a fun score to come back from. Well, we ended up stalling out the game.
CS:GO, you would have lost.
Yeah, right? We ended up stalling out the game because both teams had the flags. Unlike Warsong Gulch, there was no mechanic that made you take more damage or something bad happened if you held the flag for too long. You'd just have a standoff. And I remember at one point we killed their flag carrier and got the flag home and we scored. And then we just went on a rampage. They never scored another point the rest of the game, and with about a minute to go, it was tied 16-16. And I don't remember who ended up getting the flag, but we ended up getting the flag, and we had to put up this huge defense to stop them from getting our flag. Because if they got our flag, that would have forced overtime. So we ended up making the stand, and they brought everyone they had at us, and we shot them all down and ended up scoring that 17th point before time expired. And that was the closest game of CTF I'd ever played, and just the swing from 16-3 back to winning 17-16. It was just so awesome. And for it to be in like a meaningful game like the D3TLT, I mean the D3TLT is the largest organized team event that ever happened in the Descent community, which was pretty damn cool at the time. So, yeah, I'd say the other most memorable moment, and we talk about Achaea a lot, and I have a specific moment that really stuck out at me in that game. And this was back before I started doing all the volunteer work, when I was actually a player in the game. And basically, one of the things about Achaea is that it's all the cities and the organizations are all player run. There's no like NPC leaders or anything.
So like imagine King Varian was actually like a person, like some dude in Montana was actually the king of Stormwind.
Exactly.
And there'd be a separate king of the Undercity, and there'd be like each leader of each faction is actually a person.
That'd be kind of funny, like if like Varian was like a 13-year-old kid.
Well, it happens.
Could be possible. That probably happened at some point. And there'd be elections and stuff too, for stuff like this. And
I'm a real man.
Yeah. So one of the organizations, which was called the Church of Achaea, was something that I was involved heavily into as a paladin class, and basically they had 4 different leaders.
Good God.
One of them was the guild leader of the priests. One of them was the guild leader of the paladins. The other 2, one of them was chosen by the divine patron of the church, and the divine patron is basically one of the volunteer admin staff of
like a GM,
and they're basically a god or a goddess, as the case often was. And then those 3 leaders would choose a 4th leader, and that would be they were called the Archprelate. And basically what happened was the leaders of the priests and the paladins guild decided at one point, I don't even remember all the circumstances around this, they decided, since that the current Archprelate was AFK for many months, I think it was Drew was his name at the time.
Yeah.
They decided that they needed an active Archprelate. Well, the patron of the church, she didn't agree. She thought that if you're going to have an Archprelate, they need to be someone that's been involved with church leadership for many years, blah, blah, blah. Has to have more experience, has to be ready for it, so to speak. Well, she got outnumbered 2-1. And I remember that one day that they made me the Archprelate, and what she did, I think she actually went out and killed the leader of the paladins.
What, in real life?
Not in real life, no, in the game.
Oh. I was gonna say it's like holy, that's a little true.
Was it Mithric or Baldassar?
Baldassar.
Yeah.
That was Lorien.
Oh, it was Lorien.
I was gonna say that's a little extreme for a video game.
but yeah, I mean, you figure. I can't imagine how he felt. He's an actual player, and he's getting killed by someone running the game, in the game. So
for doing what is ostensibly his job.
Yeah. So because he decided to do something against the goddess got revenge on him, and he ended up getting killed. So that was, I had many moments in that game, but that one was like one of the most tense moments because I had no idea if she was going to come for me next. It was kind of funny. So
was this like the sorry? Did this have avatars, or was this RPG, or was this like a text-based RPG?
It's all text-based. So like what would happen basically is what would have happened is the 2 prelates, the patron or the head of the priests and the head of the paladins probably put the command like support Ronclea as archprelate, And once the second person did it, because it was a group of 3, so as soon as there's 2 people supporting someone that's not the current archprelate, then the new person instantly becomes the archprelate.
Yes.
So the message went out to the entire game that said like choruses of, or like the choruses of angels sing the praises of Roncliffe as as he ascends to the seat of the archprelate or something like that.
Yep. I
God.
remember that. And man, that was a tense moment for sure. But it ended up working out all right, I think.
I just thought of an extra one, even though I already had 2. I'd say probably the first time that I rated Dragon Soul with you guys was pretty cool, because I had spent so many years saying I'm never going to play Warcraft. I'm never going to play Warcraft. I'm not going to pay per month to play a game. That's stupid. And a friend got me into it, and then he immediately stopped playing. But I kept leveling and ended up actually my first character was like on a horde on some random server that WoW put me on, and Ron found out I was playing, and he's like, "Hey, join my guild." So I switched over, and I was like, "Hey, I can finally raid." And you guys carried me through Dragon Soul, but
oh yeah, we had fun carrying people. It was great.
but yeah, that was
you guys never carried me.
How could we possibly carry you?
How are we going to carry you?
Reasons.
You're 2 people fused together, remember?
Yes. And you guys want to hear where I actually got my name from, besides, or where I started it per se?
Where'd you start it?
A game that Coke made years ago. I think it's still it's like Coke Studios or something like that. But basically, it's kind of like a
Coke?
Yeah. They made a little online game where you can make this shitty music, and then you go out and then you have to go in like public areas, play it, and then you made money off of the votes that you liked, like the gold that you made, and then off of special promotions on the caps, you got in-game money and free furniture and stuff like that too.
I don't even.
Yeah, it was in middle school. It was like in 7th grade or 6th grade when I made that name.
That's when you made
and that's when I made the name. And fun fact, the 4 numbers that you've consistently seen from me, which I know, at the end of like every Twitch, my Twitch name.
Yep.
That is my. Yeah. Fun fact, that's actually my PIN number for my lunch code. So, from Dragon Ball Z and then my lunch code, that's what it was.
Your lunch code. I don't even know. What is a lunch code?
Lunch code is whenever you gave like, for example, my mom would pre-purchase my lunches for advance, or gave the lunch ladies money in advance. Oh, and you'd
have to give them a code or something?
Yeah, to authorize that it was actually me.
The rest of us have been out of elementary school long enough to forget those things, but Veg apparently is also like 12 years old.
No. I just remember because it was so damn stupid. That's why.
16. Every time he had a birthday, we'd be like, "Oh, Veg is 16. Grats." But then he got married and had to toss that.
Yeah, and then what's this? I don't know too many 16-year-olds with that.
It's
called glue-on hair. But anyway, yeah, my name's not anywhere near as fun. I got it as a Unix name in '95, and it stuck.
And you used it on everything after.
Yep.
I think they did.
Pantherian, he's just borrowing his name. Pretty much.
I did steal a name from the original owner of the name. Hey, T-Bone.
Yep. So, I think that just about does it for this week, guys.
That does it for this week.
Veg, you got any closing statements for us? This should be good.
Words mean things.
They do.
Okay.
Also, Ron's a twat. See? He's a twat. He's facepalming.
You're getting a slow clap from Soli over here.
Wow.
Congratulations, you made a facepalm. Have you got anything more useful than that? Tenth, not you.
Oh.
You're done.
It's not my fault. I'm awesome.
Not really.
No impersonations or anything.
When
are we getting another Gold Goblin tip, man?
I haven't had any. I've just been kind of doing my transmog stuff. There hasn't.
He's like hoarding the tips.
This expansion has been kind of unfriendly to gold making,
Yeah, it has been.
and I think they did that intentionally. They've done a lot with the professions to make it.
Right.
You
You
do
can
your
get
daily
dependable.
cooldowns, and you buy some Savage Bloods, and you make shit, and you sell it. Like it's not. There aren't any big tricks or tips of things. I mean, for example, one of the things people have been doing is buying up runes, those rune stones you get, and reselling them on raid nights. But like, how big of a secret is that to buy something when it's low and then sell it when it's in demand? It's not a
Yeah, we've had that tip a number of times now, I think. Just
Yeah.
said it in different ways.
yeah. So it's
Different
like,
items.
those kinds of things are not like there's only so many things this expansion. It's not like the ore shuffle was a big deal in Mists of Pandaria. Like you can make bank off that, and there's just nothing like that this expansion so far.
Well, all right. That sounds good. God, I wish I had something. I don't this week. I am completely lame.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're a twat.
Statements. Would you stop it with that twat, you twaffle?
Make me cornhole.
That's going to be my closing statement. Veg is a twaffle.
Yeah.
He's a twunt.
He's a twant. Oh my god. All right, that's what
Is that like a thunt?
We're done here. We're done. For the Six Gaming Podcast, we'll see you guys next week.
See ya.
I'm Ron.
I'm Veg.
And he's not talking.
I'm not talking.
So until next week, see ya, bye.
Adios, amigos.